So guys, we have a serious problem, and it's a problem not just affecting Black America or parts of Black Canada or Black London. This is a systemic problem affecting all of us in the Black world. And we sometimes criticize, or a lot of times complain rather, about the fact that, we are missing opportunities. The system is oppressing us and the white man is holding us back. And I've heard people complain about the lack of African-American actors in Hollywood. And then I've also heard about Black British actors coming in and taking African-Americans' jobs in Hollywood. And all of that seems to be an issue of a lack of ownership. And a lack of ownership is the reason why us in the pro-Black world or in the Black world, we don't have the things or the institutions that we feel that we should have that will support our causes or our issues. Now, we do have plenty of people who have money, plenty of people who have talent, but do we have the people that come in and create the things that we want to see that help the other group or build the communities that create opportunities for our smart or intelligent class of youth or talented adults that would create the things that we want to see in the Black world? And I want to kind of get back to this particular video that Brother Afro Think Tank did. And the name of the video, if I'm not mistaken, is "Where are the Pan-African Futures Investors at?" Now, this is a call that he's making out to people on his channel to bring together an entrepreneur community that he feels is not there. And these are the same people who are the talented groups, in our business class that would create these things for the youth or for yourself, for people like me, benefiting off each other's talent. But I want to play this video and kind of just put it into perspective. Where are the future Pan-African investors at? Let's take a look.
What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. Today, I'm looking for the Pan-African with money. Where y'all at? Where are the Pan-Africans that got some money that's looking for a way to invest in Africa or looking for a way to invest in other Black people in the Black world, right?
Why is he saying that? Why is he looking for people to invest in Africa or in other Black people? Because that's the only way you can control the outcome of how your people act, the rules of engagement of your people. You can only control that for the most part is if your group hires or fires those people. Period. If you want to control the rules of engagement, and I'm not saying this happens for everybody, but how a society should run, how they should act. One of the best ways you can try to dictate that and what they have and what resources that we can multiply is by supporting the group that you want to see do very well. It only makes sense. Every other group does this. Whites do it, Asians do it, Hispanics do it. You have to put there what you want to see in order for it to blossom. This is why he's making this call. Let's continue.
Right? Looking for an opportunity. You got money, but you don't have the know-how. Or you got money and you don't know nobody, but you got money, right? Because the thing is, now that I started to talk about this whole connecting people that got businesses and all that stuff, every now and then in my comment section, I'll get somebody say, man, I'm looking for somebody to, somebody who got a business I want to invest, right? But I get people who got businesses that say looking for investors. Like, hold up, there's something to this. There is something to this whole trying to make connecting business people who got money, and people who got businesses who need money. There's something to this. So I'm going to explore this even further. So I'm doubling down. I already made a video telling people whoever in Africa, I don't care where you have, you got resources, you got assets, you're looking for business partners, Black business partners to come and help you expand and y'all can have a mutual beneficial relationship. This video is about, hey, where are all you Black folk who want to go to Africa, right, and farm, start a IT company, a restaurant, anything, any kind of business. Y'all got money. Where y'all at?
Okay, let me talk about this, right? Where y'all at? Let me say this. And this is a good effort, right? But on the flip side, why are people not so eager? Because we have too many frauds in the Pan-African world. We have too many scam artists, too many people willing to take advantage of good people. And one of the issues that we have when it comes to investment in the Pan-African world or in the black world is there's no accountability for things. There's no transparency. How many times have we seen people on Instagram or YouTube? I mean, you got these influencers that are, saying, hey, we can do this. You send them the money and then you lose like $20,000, $25,000. I've heard of $100,000. Just like 2 or 3 years ago, there was a big, huge thing that happened. I don't want to mention the channel, but it was a guy that was trying to buy some land in Nigeria, and people had invested. They had an investment group, which is one of the reasons why I don't do investment groups here. People ask me all the time, well, I do one, and I know the needs for it, and I appreciate this brother for and he's not even a person that typically does this, right? He's just doing this like, hey, let me try to connect people on my channel. I would be interested in doing that at certain points if you can get transparency from like a banking source like Stanbic or Britam, where a person could invest their money through Britam or through Stanbic or ABSA, and then if something's not working out, they can take their money out by themselves in that agreement. They can control their own finances. They put their money in, they can withdraw whenever they want. But with so many of these things, I'm looking for an investor. Let's send the money directly to this person who we don't know. That person runs off. That person doesn't return their profits, or that person lies. And that's so often like the amount of scammers I get emailing us. We're not going to call them out there, their names. People who lie. Like historically, people who have BS in the game. It makes people not want to work with you in the black world. Now we have a problem that's twofold. Number one, we need these people who can create. But number two, people are scared to get into the game because of all of the liars. And all it takes is one liar to ruin everything for you, right? And that needs to be mitigated. And my solution to that is, with investments, it needs to be somebody, some banking source, some mutual fund source, in my opinion, which I love Britam, right? Shout out to Britam. Somebody like that holds the money on both parties. And if that person is going to be investing, that person needs to be, listen, we're going to pay this supplier who's not you, because companies do that all the time here in Africa. Let's say they're going to sponsor something, right? You have, let's say, Budweiser in America. You want Budweiser to come and sponsor your concert, right? Budweiser is going to be smart. They're not going to, if they don't have to, write you a check for $500,000. Budweiser is going to say, listen, we're going to pay for your staging, your lighting, your design. All right. And our people who do that, we're going to take care of that for you, because we know that these people are going to do a job at this level, and we know they're going to do it because we're not going to give that money to you because you might lie and take the money and whatever. So we're going to make sure that our sponsorship happens the right way. So we're going to go directly to the supplier. And that's what needs to happen in this diaspora investment discussion. People need to link up with a middle person or a middle banking source that can control it and say, listen, does this person have the business? Yes. Okay. Who is that person's supplier directly? And pay that person. And then it needs to be returned. Or if it's not returned, you're going to lose this as an asset. You need to give up your asset, and not none of this funny stuff like, oh, you know what? This person is not registered to live, because that's happening here in Uganda. There have been people that go into such arrangements and they'll put up their house or their hotel, and then they'll say, well, that person's not registered to do business here, so I got to keep my stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is the scammy behavior you're seeing in the diaspora or against the diaspora from what happens, or vice versa, even in local Africans. They're being scammed by other people. And this is what needs to be mitigated in order for us to go forward.
Matter of fact, we're the ones that got money but don't know what they want to do. They just they shopping around for a business opportunity. Where y'all at? All right? I need to start collecting. I need a Rolodex of you guys, because I'm telling you, I'm getting emails from people that got assets, real assets, and I'm just holding it in my pocket. Like I'm just holding it in my pocket, guys. I'm holding it in my pocket because I can't make. It's got to be. It's hard to do this in a secure way without certain things. But hey, it's risky. But hey, without risk, there's no reward, right? So if I find the guys that got the assets and I find the guys that got money, I'll put y'all together. What y'all do is up to y'all, right? All I can do is make the introduction, put you guys together. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm looking for all my black folk, and including my. I know we got this thing where we got these some half black, half white, half black, half Arab, half black.
I won't deal with what he's talking about there, but he talks about this is risky. And business is risky, right? And I understand, like, the brother is a good brother. He doesn't sell land. He doesn't try to do any of those things. This is a need that we're trying to quantify and qualify in the community that needs assistance, right? And so this is a dire need to get people together and bring them together in order to do things. Even for me, like, hey, I've brought business people on my podcast. We've went to see farms. People have made their own investments into certain farms that they've seen on our channel. It's turned out pretty well for them and everything like that. They've got some pretty good returns. But what happens is that what we need in the diaspora and in the African world is that we need to come out and have this stuff regulated, right? So if a person wants to make an investment, these are where the companies that come in and say, okay, we're going to take the diaspora's investment, and then we're going to make sure, like you see it all the time in like farming in Nigeria. In Nigeria, there's two that I want to talk about: Thrive Agric, and there's another one that I've talked about here, Agro Partnership, right? And what these platforms do is they create an interface that you can come in as the investor where your money is safe, you invest, and then they go and then they invest into, let's say, wheat, pigs, poultry, and you get your returns in a certain time frame, okay? These are the things that we need that are regulated by, let's say, the Bank of Uganda, Bank of Nigeria. They're regulated and they're protected, because what happens if people do lose their money? And I understand what he's trying to say, because what he's trying to say is the right thing. We need these people to get involved in black things. We need people, like even here in Uganda. Kingana is a great platform that we're trying to build for the community, right? We need so much help. We need so many creators to get in the game to service this at a professional level. This is an opportunity for a lot of people. It's so much of an opportunity. It's scary because we have too much work, like all the time. We have too many things to do on a daily basis. So that's one thing we do need the help, right? We need the help in every industry in Africa, every industry in Black America. We need like our own filmmakers. We need our own, everything we need is an opportunity. It's wide open, but we need the right opportunities. We need people to be protected as much as possible. And so we have a twofold problem here that we're trying to solve. And the person that can merge that in the right way will win big time. So those who are the developers, those who are the crowdfunder creators and things, hey, this is a good time to get in the game and to serve your people and to benefit from what our people can do. But guys, what do you think? Check out Brother Afro Think Tank's channel. The channel is called African American Experience in Africa. Subscribe, hit the bell, we're out.